MAGNACUT, your average GDC. How's it going, dudes? Okay, I meant to do the week 3 update of MAGNACUT like many days ago. Never got to it. Go figure. So we are going to do that today. And also, I'm just going to show you a new build that I did, what was it, like Monday or Sunday, something like that. This bad boy. So I'll show you that in a minute, but let's talk about MAGNACUT. So we're on week 3 of testing this pretty thoroughly. I did a full-blown corrosion test, which went very well. So I cut up a bunch of produce for the goats, and then I put my knife back into the sheath with all of the juices and moisture on it and left it like that overnight. And we don't have a single bit of rust, nothing. And I said this in a previous video, but if this were to rust, it definitely would, because not only did I enclose it with full moisture, but this particular blade is acid stonewashed. So the steel itself is more porous than normal. I'm really surprised at that. There is literally no rust on it. I will bring this into frame. We just have some dirt from it being used, but no rust, which is pretty wild. Let's see if we can just get a close look at this. So as you can see, it's acid stonewash, which leaves the surface of the metal pretty vulnerable to any type of corrosion, and we have absolutely nothing. The spotting that you're seeing is just acid etching areas. There's no rust at all. That's just dirt from work. We have nothing. That is also dirt right there. So for being in a sheath full of fruit juice overnight, that's impressive. Let's talk about the edge retention and just the edge geometry and stuff like that in general. So the good news is this knife holds, this knife in MAGNACUT steel, made from BGM knives, holds a very good polished edge that is very tough. The bad news is that this knife in this MAGNACUT steel from BGM knives, the bad thing is it doesn't hold a toothy edge, which is what I need for work. I want to love it, guys. I'm not sure MAGNACUT's for me. It's not toothy enough. This is pretty thin behind the edge. And I don't know if it's the hollow grind, I don't know what it is, but I have tried sharpening it and leaving it as unpolished and untouched as I can, and it's just not toothy enough for me. Like MAGNACUT so far, at least this one, just doesn't have enough bite at all for my work. Now, if I was just doing like food prep or cardboard cutting all day, this would be like my dream knife, because for those tasks, it's fantastic. I can't even imagine what like a MAGNACUT chef's knife would be. That would be like the ultimate best knife. I mean, crazy toughness, crazy corrosion resistance, really good edge retention, especially for tasks like that where you're not cutting through anything that needs a lot of bite. Like if you were just prepping and cutting all types of food with this steel, I mean, it would go for weeks and weeks without needing to be touched. And if I was only cutting up dog and goat food all day, this would be great. Same with cardboard boxes. I mean, you don't need a ton of bite to cut through cardboard once you get going, it kind of just, the knife does its thing, especially with the blade shape and stuff. Like, basically any knife can cut cardboard. But my tasks are a little different than most people. Like, I'm cutting a lot of rope and twine and doing a lot of push cuts that where I need some tooth to kind of push through the material. A lot of odd tasks. I mean, I'm just not like a 9-to-5 box cutter, guys. I'm just not, and I'm not a chef. So for me, steels that keep a good bite, like S30V, a well-treated S35, a well-treated S45, crew wear, any type of tool steel, those types of knives for me work best because they keep a lot of tooth and grit, and that's what I need. I need those tiny little teeth to not get polished, and I need them to stay sharp and able to bite the materials that I'm working with on a day-to-day basis, because I'm not doing food prep all day and I'm not doing cardboard cutting all day or package opening. So, like, this steel is fantastic. It genuinely is. I mean, it's really impressive how tough it is, but I really also think it's not for me. Like, I won't be running after another MAGNACUT knife anytime soon because it's just not the right steel for me so far for my purposes. And just something I wanted to touch on, because this word gets thrown around a lot in the community, toughness. So when I got into the community, I thought toughness was like, what came to mind was high heat treat, very hard steel, tough, you know? Like, I think that word, or at least what I'm learning, is that it kind of means something a little different. So you don't have to have a super high heat treat to have toughness. And if anything, a tough blade is one that will take like impact and boo-boos and not break on you. So what I'm learning is that we use the word toughness for a lot of tool steels, ones that you would use for like maybe bushcraft and hunting purposes, ones where you can hit bones and knots in wood and stuff and they won't break and chip. They'll just kind of like maybe roll or blunt the edge, and it will take that impact very well and not break on you, and you can still use the knife. So in my mind, when I first started, I was thinking like, oh, S30V is super tough, and like Maximate is super tough. Like, I want those steels. But then when I was using them, I was like, whoa, like, these are a little too hard, a little too chippy. And now I'm learning that, like, okay, the hype around MAGNACUT was that it would have the toughness of a tool steel, of a hard-use tool steel, but be stainless. Because tool steels are not stainless, they're gonna patina, they're gonna rust if they're not taken care of correctly. So now I'm kind of learning what the hype was around MAGNACUT. And toughness-wise, I get it now, because this, I literally batoned through kiln-dried firewood with it, and it literally sliced clean through paper after without like a single roll, chip, dent, anything. So this is a very tough blade, for sure. MAGNACUT is crazy tough. Like, I can't believe, I'm still like in shock that I was able to do that batoning video the other day, and it just didn't, nothing happened to it. It's wild. It didn't break or anything. So it's super tough. But it just doesn't have enough bite for me, and maybe another maker or another model or something might have more bite. I don't know. I'm just recording like my thoughts so far on the knife. So super tough steel, super corrosion resistant, just not enough bite for me and my purposes. I think we got that out of the way. And like I said, I am still learning a lot. Like, I do not know everything. I am still learning, and I totally thought that toughness meant something different beforehand, and all of these steels that I thought were tough are actually not, because they chip and break pretty easily. So this is tough. This is tough. Okay, that's enough. Let's talk about the Bugout that I just built, because this thing's freaking awesome. Let me come show you guys. So these are Death Grip scales that I threw on my Bugout here. And I just wanted to show them because the milling and the overall construction of these is the absolute best I've ever seen in handle scales. So these are olive drab G10 scales with olive drab micarta inlays. And the way that Ryan machines them and mills them makes it so that there is literally no transition between the G10 and the micarta. These inlays, you cannot feel the difference. You can feel the difference between the texture of the micarta and the texture of the G10, but the transition periods are non-existent. That is incredible. That is extremely impressive. I also like how he didn't mill them out at all on the inside. There's no holes, there's no pockets, nothing, so it makes this knife way more sturdy feeling when it doesn't have that milling. These are nice, hard, rugged scales. They feel incredible, but I just wanted to show this build off because I thought it came out really nice. This is a Rips Garage Tech clip. And like I said, Death Grip Scales from Ryan Roberts over at Death Grip Scales on Instagram. But look at how sick this looks, guys. It looks so cool, and it feels amazing. I really like how he contours all of these edges. The whole knife feels so good. All right, that's about it. The next video of MAGNACUT will be the final one, so stay tuned for that. And I guess you could go use your shit today if you wanted, right? Go use your shit. Go put acetone on your blade and eat away the coating on accident. Go scratch your knives up. Go use your shit.